for us, the war against wild boars never truly ends. They appear all year round, at any time of day or season. In autumn, when dry leaves crunch under our feet, every hunt brings a different kind of challenge. But when winter arrives, snow blanketing the mountains, cold cutting to the bone, the battle turns into something entirely different. Each season is a new battlefield, yet our mission never changes: to stop the advance of these destructive beasts. Today, come with us and see how we face them. Hunting is never simple. Behind every shot are hours of watching, calculating, and waiting in absolute silence. It is a duel between human patience and nature's wariness. And then, the moment finally comes. Our first target of the day appears. The forest is swallowed in thick snow, trees stripped bare like silent sentinels. From afar comes the crunching of snow under heavy steps, a herd of wild boars marching forward, unaware that death lurks close. Bang! The gunfire slices through the frozen air like blades. 2 boars collapse into the snow, while the rest scatter in panic, vanishing into the depths of the forest. Hidden behind bare branches, suddenly, a massive boar bursts out from the cold gray trunks, charging straight at me with brute force. No time to think. Boom! The bullet rips through the air, striking the beast square in the head. It crashes onto the snow. On the other side, our golden-furred companion leads the target into the open with a furious bark, supporting David. As if on cue, boom, the shot shatters the silence. The beast staggers, collapses, and sinks into the white expanse as though blown out of existence by an invisible winter gale. On another ridge, our teammate Thomas has taken position as planned. The hillside is a harsh place, cliffs and steep slopes, where wild boars often hide deep in the brush or crawl into dark crevices, making them almost impossible to spot. As Thomas moves along the slope, a wild boar suddenly bursts out like an arrow through the silence. With 10 years of hunting experience, Thomas reacts, instantly rifle raised, aim fired. Bang!
Come on.
Further down the slope, a boar is casually enjoying its midday meal, unaware that it's already in our sights. But it's too late. Rifle loaded, Thomas locks his eyes on the target. The shot is clean, direct, lethal. The boar drops instantly. What do you think? Was that a perfect 10? Let my teammate know in the comments. Halfway down the hillside, cautious boars emerge from the dense brush. Holding my breath, I raise my rifle. Eyes sharp, fixed on their every move. The click of the bolt echoes in the stillness. 2 shots ring out across the slope, both striking true, both fatal. Today, we've claimed plenty of trophies, Our legs ache, our bodies are exhausted after the long hunt, yet our hearts are full. It's not only the thrill of the kill, it's the relief of knowing we've helped protect the land from destruction. And perhaps, tomorrow, the journey begins again, hardships and surprises waiting ahead.
What?
On the island of Corsica, where rugged terrain allows wild boars to multiply uncontrollably, wreaking havoc on the fields and orchards of local farmers, Max, a seasoned sharpshooter, has taken up the challenge. Armed with his trusty rifle, he ventures into the Corsican hills with a mission to eliminate these destructive pests. Will he succeed? The first stop was a gentle hillside. While weaving through dense thickets, Max suddenly detected movement in a clump of trees ahead. He halted instantly. Breath held, finger poised on the trigger. A rustle broke the silence, and with a single shot, the wild boar that emerged collapsed on the spot. Soon after, more targets began to appear. With the damage they had caused, Max was determined to eradicate these wild boars completely. From a high hillside, a massive wild boar charged down at breakneck speed. Max reacted instantly. He shifted position, raised his rifle, and seized the moment with split-second precision. The shot rang out, the target collapsed just meters away. It seemed Max had stumbled right into the boar's lair, where they were numerous and aggressive, making the hunt more challenging than ever. Capitalizing on the chaos, Max pressed his advantage, taking down several more targets. Continuing to track a startled herd of wild boars, Max knew he had only minutes before they vanished deep into the forest. He moved silently, closing in on his targets, and then launched his counterattack. Following the sharp crack of gunfire, the fleeing targets were brought down with supremely accurate shots. As dusk fell, Max continued his journey to the southern grasslands of the island, a known hotspot for large wild boar herds. The open terrain offered clearer views, but demanded lightning-fast reflexes. Barely arriving at the clearing, a wild boar tore past, frantic and chaotic. But the moment it entered his sights, Max pulled the trigger. As always, the target dropped instantly. Hours later, while scouting the nearby area, Max was suddenly charged by a fully grown male wild boar. The distance was too close for hesitation. On instinct, he raised his rifle and fired. Though unprepared, the shot was precise to the centimeter. Max quickly followed the remaining tracks. 1, then 2, then 3 more boars were spotted. He gave them no chance to turn back. Deadly shots rang out with cold precision, silencing their escape. And then, while moving along the edge of a sparse forest, Max spotted a wild boar lurking behind a tree. It was a perfect opportunity he couldn't pass up. A precise shot, and the beast collapsed just steps away from him. However, the gunfire startled the remaining targets, sending them bolting from their hiding spots. That was their fatal mistake. In less than a minute, Max systematically took down each fleeing pest, ending their destructive rampage. Amid vast fields and distant mountains, a silent battle unfolds every day. Wild boars. They appear suddenly, devastating crops, killing livestock, and threatening the livelihoods of countless people. To protect their hard-earned harvests, hunters like Max and Adam have resolved to take action. So, what challenges will they face next? At the meadow, Max had an unexpectedly successful hunting trip. While heading toward the field, he suddenly heard a strange noise from the bushes along the path. Max immediately slowed down, observing carefully. A dark shadow burst out. Without hesitation, he fired. The shot hit the first target of the day, signaling a promising start. The battle continued, with Max quietly scanning his surroundings. Any small sound could be a sign of wild boars lurking nearby. As Max passed through a recently harvested field, he noticed freshly churned soil and new tracks. Without hesitation, he followed the trail, and then the grass rustled, and a massive wild boar charged out. Max fired instantly. This time, the target was taken down cleanly, preventing any further damage to the field. Quickly regaining his composure, Max shifted his position, ready for the next encounters, determined to eliminate the threat to the villagers. Continuing his pursuit, Max spotted several wild boars fleeing toward the meadow. He immediately picked up speed, chasing them down and cutting them off from the opposite side. An opportunity arose when one broke from the group. Boom! Another perfect takedown. The sound of gunfire echoed relentlessly. As the chase momentarily subsided, Max stood still for a few seconds amidst the field littered with boar carcasses. The hunt concluded with dozens of wild boars eliminated, an impressive tally. Meanwhile, Adam was on a journey exploring the rugged mountains of Turkey, a known hotspot for large herds of wild boars. His instincts were spot on. On the hillside, groups of boars appeared scattered across the terrain. From his elevated vantage point, Adam could easily survey the entire landscape. There it was. After a crisp gunshot, the first target fell. Not long after, more precise shots rang out through the quiet valley, eliminating a significant number of wild boars in the area. Before he could catch his breath, a sudden noise caught Adam's attention. A massive wild boar was stumbling, clearly disoriented, before coming to a halt. Seizing the moment, Adam took aim. Headshot, a clean and skillful shot. In the distance, bushes rustled faintly. Adam slowly shifted his position, aiming his rifle forward, patiently waiting for his prey and striking at the perfect moment. Caught off guard, the boars had no time to react and fell completely under Adam's gunfire. Undeterred, Adam ventured deeper into the neighboring hills. Herds of wild boars continued foraging, seemingly oblivious to the approaching danger. From the perfect ambush position, he took down target after target. A few boars made a desperate dash for escape, but Adam swiftly pursued and ended the battle decisively. By the end of the hunt, Adam had taken down an impressive number of wild boars, significantly easing the threat to the agricultural areas in the mountains. It's clear that both hunters embodied the true spirit of the hunt. With skill, patience, and one decisive second, they saved the livelihoods of the people in these regions. Traversing treacherous mountain slopes, weaving through dense thickets of grass, these resolute marksmen are unstoppable in their determination. The battle begins to protect crops, land, and livestock from the claws of wild beasts. The thrilling moments below will keep you glued to the screen. Which scene left you stunned? Stick around until the end to pick the hunt that impressed you the most. A perfect ambush kicked off today's battle. Kevin's team arrived early, swiftly moving into their pre-assigned positions. Soon after, on the mountainside, rustling sounds from the bushes ahead put Kevin on high alert. The moment he faced the beast, a decisive gunshot rang out, cutting off the lead boar's escape route. The rest of the herd turned and fled into the thickets, vanishing in an instant. The battle had officially begun. At the base of the mountain, a seamless coordination between Kevin and his team unfolded. From a distance, a familiar silhouette emerged, frantically charging through the dense bushes, but it made a fatal mistake by veering straight toward Kevin. Instantly, a barrage of gunfire erupted, halting every attempt to escape. The beast collapsed on the ground, unable to take another step. Another threat was eradicated from this land. At another position, through binoculars, a marksman spotted a wild boar darting toward cover on the opposite mountainside. The moment its body came into view, Gunshots rang out in succession, instantly halting its escape. A precise shot neutralized yet another threat before it could vanish. Leaving the fierce battle on the mountainside, we turned to a tense pursuit unfolding in Spain. While scanning every movement around, a wild boar suddenly appeared but couldn't escape the hunter's crosshairs. In an instant, a barrage of bullets was unleashed, completely thwarting the beast's attempt to flee. A decisive strike, timely saving the fields below. Amid the reeds, the barking of hunting dogs signaled the presence of a wild boar. Jamie swiftly closed in, only for a massive boar to suddenly charge into view. He stayed calm, took careful aim, and pulled the trigger. A decisive shot halted the beast's attempt to attack just in time. A heart-pounding moment. You can't help but admire the composure of these professional hunters. At this moment, in another location, the beasts lurking in the tall grass fell into the sights of the marksmen. Without hesitation, they swiftly took position, and a barrage of gunfire erupted. One by one, the boars were taken down, leaving no chance for escape. A decisive strike completely neutralized the threat they posed to the land.
Hadi abi hadi bakalım. Çok güzel.